Once again, it's a great morning, and once again, I'm out for a walk, and I'm glad that you're joining me. I had a couple folks over the last 4 or 5 videos tell me that they enjoyed taking the walk, and then I realized that a few of the videos I'm not even walking anymore. I kind of sat on those stairs, which are back here. So today you're going to walk with me. And as is tradition, today's video comes to you. This is my Tim Tracker Holy Macaroni t-shirt. If you guys know who Tim Tracker is, I think he's probably the largest Disney YouTube vlogger now. Love watching those videos, so check them out. So if you like Disney and you like theme parks, you like roller coasters, you're gonna like that stuff. So today I want to talk about a topic that was inspired by a friend of mine, and we were chatting via email, and this individual was explaining to me that it was really difficult keeping up with the changes of MS. Everything changes so quickly that it's really difficult to get a hold on life, and that it's the change and the progression of MS that makes everything really difficult. And I get it. I think that I am very fortunate in that my symptoms are with me every single day. My symptoms are mild compared to others that I know. You know, the lightning flash pains and the fatigue and simple things. Like right now, my right shoulder and my arm from holding the camera is just going crazy. And it's those types of things that people just don't understand. But it's also those types of things that are the point of this, is that it's because of the constant change with MS that makes it crucial for MSers to tightly control the things that they have the ability to control. Does that make sense? Here's the way I look at it in my brain. And I am going to have to sit on some stairs, so I apologize. If you have 10 variables, and I was a math major in college, so this is how logically it makes sense to me. If you have 10 variables, and all 10 variables are X factors, then you have the possibility for chaos. Does that make sense? But if you have 10 factors and 5 or 6 are going to be X factors, but 4 of those factors you can control, then you have less chaos. Make sense? This is why I talk so much about watching what you eat, getting and making your body do whatever it is that you can do. That's why I talk about finding a good therapist and finding other avenues of medications or alternative medicine, whether it be acupuncture or chiropractor or massage therapy. Finding traditional medications that will help keep your symptoms under control. Staying inside in the air conditioning. But primarily, my thoughts are this, is that if I cannot control how my body feels, if I cannot control the progression of multiple sclerosis, if I cannot control those types of things, then I have to more tightly control what I eat. I have to more tightly control getting my body stronger. And if I am not doing these things, if I am just eating anything I want to eat, and I'm eating tons of processed foods, and I'm eating tons of red meat and animal protein, and I'm not eating a lot of vegetables, and I'm not eating a lot of fruit, then in a way, I'm contributing to the chaos that is MS. Think about that for just a second. If you allow your life to be out of control, at the same time that MS is creating a situation where your body is out of control, or the way I look at it is I begin to share in helping multiple sclerosis destroy me. I'm not so sure that a lot of people with MS think about it like that. The more that you do, or actually the less you do, the less that you do, I believe the more that you're helping MS take over. I've always said that you might not be able to control what MS is doing to you, but you can control what you put in your mouth. You can control some of the other things. I spoke to a lady. I remember this vividly. Like 3 or 4 years ago, I spoke to a support group through the National Multiple Sclerosis Society, and the lady was in a wheelchair. And the whole time she's talking to me, what she's doing is, and I was talking about exercise for context, and she's in a wheelchair, and she was explaining to me that, you know, I think what she said was, look at me, I'm in a wheelchair, I can't even get up, what am I supposed to do? And the whole time she's doing it, she was using her hands and her arms, and I said, look, I'm not going to try and pretend like I know what you're going through, because I am not in a wheelchair. I might have MS, but I don't have the right to talk to you about what you can and cannot do. But for the last few minutes you've been talking to me, you've been using your arms. Could you do arm raises with a 1 pound weight? Or could you hold a can of soup in your hands and do arm raises? Or could you have someone hold your hands and help stand you up out of the wheelchair and maybe do that 5 or 10 times a day? And she looked at me and she says, actually, I could do both. And I said, well, if it were me, I'm not telling you what to do, but if it were me, that's where I would start. And you never know, if you start participating like that, maybe after a month you can stand up once or twice or 3 times on your own. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know your situation, and I don't know the severity of what you're going through. But I think it's important to make the best effort that you can. But still, I think that most people would admit that we can all control what type of food we put in our body. And I would encourage you to control the controllables. Control those things that you can directly control. And that, I believe, will help bring a little bit of structure into a world that feels like it's ever changing and it's chaotic. So I hope that helps. If you have any ideas of topics that you would want to see here, be sure to leave those in the comments. I've got a really good video coming up for tomorrow. I'm going to do some research on, so stay tuned for that. Check out the blog, dreambigdreamoften.co. Check me out on Facebook. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, click that notification bell so you can get the latest videos. As long as I'm able, I'm going to keep putting these videos up each day. And until I talk to you tomorrow, keep living the dream.